Okay, here we go. All right. Welcome, everybody. Let's see. We are going live on Facebook. I'm just making sure that it's going over because you already know. All right, here we are. We are live on Facebook. I always have to make sure because we are always online and that line is tight, you guys. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Craft Cafe live show with your host of all things craft, okay? Latoya Riggins. Now, we have a great show for you today. I'm super excited. I want to give a chance for everybody to kind of get into the building and get into the room and go to our channel so that you can subscribe. Make sure you following us on YouTube, like and share and subscribe. And if you are a Craft member, definitely download your Craft Plus app so you can catch all of our episodes and our webinars there. Now, listen, here we are. I'm just making sure we are up. And we are. Yes, we are. Okay, yeah. So I want to turn that down. So let's go. Now, let's get started, you guys. This is a great treat. We are right here on November 1st. So happy November, everybody. All right. And those of you who were out last night for Halloween, I hope you guys were safe and you did everything y'all wanted to do and had some fun. I know I did. So shout out to you guys. As we know, childcare is a place where you can kind of do anything with a holiday, and Halloween to me is one of my favorite holidays, especially in childcare. I love to see the kids all dressed up and doing their activities and stuff like that. It's just so cute and it's just super fun. Pumpkin patch, even though if you don't celebrate Halloween, you can still do harvest. Love a good pumpkin patch. So shout out to all of you guys in childcare that are doing all of these wonderful things at your center. I hope that you are putting it on your social media and marketing it because we all want to see it. Okay, so listen, this is that time of the year. We hit in November. That means that we got not 1 but 2 months left to the year. So we already know as business owners the things that happen in business toward the end of the year that we kind of let fly away throughout the year. We're going to be talking about the things that your tax preparer hates. And listen, it's no shade, you guys. We just got to let you know what are the things that you're going to need to do to be successful. But we're going to get it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. We got none other than our partners, the Childcare Tax Pros, on the line today. I got to get one of those things where it goes. We got Nakia and Melissa. They are the ladies of the tax. And not only any tax, you guys, not only are there CPAs, they specialize in childcare taxes. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves so they can give you a little bit of background on them and their company and what they got to say about what y'all doing on these taxes. Ladies, how you doing? Welcome.
Hi, Sawyer. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction, as always.
Thank you for being here.
Yes. My name is Nakia, Childcare Tax Pros, and that's Melissa with me down below. And guys, we are focused directly on the childcare industry. I have a childcare center myself, and we are tax specialists, meaning we focus directly on taxes and strategies to lower that tax bill for you will keep your money in your pocket. Okay, so that's what we do. We focus on strategies mainly before the year ends. So right now, this call is super important so you could be able to put these strategies into play and lower that tax bill.
Already, I'm going to share my screen.
All right, let me make sure the share is on. All right, here we go. I love this. Anytime childcare is combined with an industry, it warms my heart.
And talking about Halloween yesterday, I was at the center and I definitely dressed up and we definitely was doing so much partying and everything with the little ones. So yes.
What did you dress up as?
At Scooby-Doo.
Oh, Scooby-Doo. Oh, I love
that. So did you dress up with everyone?
Did you dress up, Melissa, too?
No, I didn't dress up yesterday.
I was a cat. I was a black cat. I'm a black cat most years. That's like my default costume that I had for 20 years. So don't judge me. I still get in the spirit, though. I love it. I love it. Yeah. All right, let's see. What do we have here?
Okay, we're talking about the importance of proper bookkeeping for childcare business owners. And basically today we're going to be talking about bookkeeping and why is it essential for you as a business owner. We're going to be speaking about the tools, key practices, real life examples that I personally have encountered throughout my years and clients as well, and why bookkeeping is crucial for sustainable growth and quality service in the childcare business. Okay. So what is bookkeeping? Me, I personally break it down as bookkeeping is a story of your finances. Okay, like, is it a horror story or is it a successful story? And that's how you could think of it. Because, for example, let's go back into COVID time. If COVID happens right now, let's say next week, is your business able to sustain COVID again? Are you able to have 3 months when the city shuts down to be able to pay your staff, to be able to pay the rents? The bookkeeping part shows a clear concept of everything there. And if you can sustain it or if you can't. In New York City, it was 6 months. So if you did not have your books in order and these grants did not help us, a lot of business owners would have been shut down, even though there was a lot that lost their businesses, unfortunately, because of COVID. But if you was prepared and you had those financials in place ahead of time, you will be able to know and be able to strategize correctly. Now, another main thing is when it comes to grants, New York City, a lot of states, every state got a lot of grants. And the grants was asking, for example, PPP, everyone knows about the PPP. They were asking for your profit and loss. And if you did not have your profit and loss, you was not getting accepted. So a lot of people came to us last minute trying to clear out their whole entire year. So they were running, scrambling for this, profit and loss sheet. So just being able to see your whole book and being able to read your finance is super, super important, guys. Next. Sorry about that. So that's one of the key reasons why it matters. As I said, it's because you have to just know and understand your finances, how much you're going to be able to, even if you want to expand, let's say expand your business. If you want to expand your business and you don't know and you just sign a contract, but next month you are not able to pay that rent, you are not going to be able to actually succeed within the business. So like I said, that's one of the main reasons why bookkeeping matters in the childcare business. Talking about that, Latoya, also when it comes to IRS, the first thing they ask you for is your profit and loss when you are getting audited. They ask you for your profit and loss. And if you don't have your profit and loss, now you're going to get hit with penalties and interest on top of not having your books in order and then paying someone to try to get your books in order last minute. No strategies in place. You're not going to be able to see a projection way in advance to see how much you're going to owe. You guys need your profit and loss. You guys need bookkeeping. And definitely, it's very, very important when it comes to those businesses.
Oh, man.
And just to add on to that, when you switch your business over or elect to be an S Corp, for example, a lot of people want to take this election because, it saves you that 15.3% in self-employment taxes. As a requirement of keeping your books in order, if you don't and you are audited, as Nakia says, it's very possible that the IRS can take away your S Corp status and tell you that you have to pay those self-employment taxes for prior years. So you always just want to have everything organized, not only for yourself, but to just stay in compliance.
And just to piggyback on that, what she just said was, in childcare tax terms, if you actually if you get this 15.3% off your taxes at the end of the year and you're not paying that, they can go back, like she said, a couple of years back. But now they could even go further. So once you get audited and they start digging in, they can have the options to go further and further back if they start seeing that you have not had your books in order. Things were just, let's say you just assumed and guessed your numbers and you just gave your tax preparer any number. They can go back far as they want and start digging, and then you will have to pay 10 years, let's say, of taxes. And we don't want that. The goal is for us to be able to show them, hey, this is my profit and loss. This was what I gave my tax preparer. They look at it, which is what our clients do if they ever audit. We had one recently that was audited, and she said, Nakia, thank God I did my profit and loss, and you guys gave it to me every month because I just sent them that sheet, and she said it was done. the audit was done like this fast. It was 2 seconds. She said, thank God for that. So if she didn't, what would have happened? It would have opened a can of worms, and they would have started digging more and more. Because if they're looking at you, if you don't have your profit and loss done correctly now, let's see how far back we could go and try to get more money from you. You know?
Mhm.
So quick question, you guys. You first you said a couple of years, then you said 10 years. Is there a cap on how far they can go back, or they can do whatever they want?
If they suspect like fraud, technically there's no limit. So
Yeah,
on average, they go back for 3 years, but if the IRS suspects fraud for any reason, then there is no cap.
Ooh. You gotta, y'all know, I'm always on social media crying about my tax anxiety. Thank God for you ladies, because you guys make me feel so much better working with you guys. And just so y'all know, I don't have a childcare business, but I still go to them because I trust them and they know their stuff. So, and that's gonna go for any business. But I was so scared. I was like telling them, like, I'm scared. I don't want to go to jail. Like, and they're like, well, are you keeping your books? I'm like, I mostly, you know, so they stay on me too. But I'm like, when you think of how something so simple could balloon into this, like, oh, that's crazy.
That's a lot of business owners. They do it a little bit, like you said, like I'm trying to, but us as childcare owners, I was one. I was one when I first opened up my center. I was trying to do everything. I'm trying to be maintenance. I'm trying to be my bookkeeper. I'm trying to be a teacher if I need to in the classroom, be the director. I was doing all that. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm doing just enough, like it's enough. I'm going in there, let's say once every quarter and checking my books, I'm okay. But it wasn't. It was absolutely wrong. First of all, I did not know anything about my books correctly. I thought I did. And then once I gave it to my tax preparer at the time, he was like, yeah, no. So there was a lot of things that I was leaving on the table, and I was leaving a lot of money on the table. 90% of the time, a lot of people leave money on the table if they're trying to do it themselves.
Yes.
If they're trying to do it themselves, they're leaving a lot because you're too busy in the business. If you're hands-on in your business, and you're trying to do it all, you're gonna slip up and you're gonna miss these deductions that will lower your tax bill tremendously. And also to piggyback on what you said earlier when you said you was nervous when it comes to tax time, a lot of us get nervous because we don't have our books in order. If we have our books in order, our clients right now, they just pass us our profit and loss. We already have it actually. So they don't have to give me anything. We already do their books. That says goes over to the taxes and done. So none of our clients have stress when it comes to taxes.
Wait, so it's no touch. You do the bookkeeping, so you already know what's happening. So they don't even talk to you. You just know it's time. Okay, we got everything. And
yeah.
Y'all sounds like what I want my life to look like.
Yes. Are you claiming anyone else? Married, single, the easy part. But when it comes to their books, when it comes to their numbers, we already know it. So they don't. Some of my clients be at a beach if they want, so they could be where we doing their taxes. Oh, sitting down, relax, because we already projected how much they will owe. They already know if they're owe anything. Most of the time, we've already put strategies into place, so they're not owing much or none. So they already know this. So by the time the month comes that they have to pay taxes and so forth, there is a peace of mind to them. They don't have to worry about that.
Ladies, listen, we have Miss Kelly Matthews in the building. She just put something in the chat. Kelly, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Kelly Matthews. I work for the Wisconsin Early Childhood Association as the Director of Family Child Care Strategy and Advancement, and I am a tax nerd. So the whole idea of helping family child care providers understand their taxes and deductions, their time space percentage is incredibly important. Mm-hmm. We have data that we're finding that on average, tax preparers doing taxes incorrectly are costing providers $7,600 a year. And if you put that over the cost of a 30-year career, that's $250,000. Wow. So it is incredibly important. Family child care has its own set of tax laws that no other home-based business are applied to. And we often run into providers telling us stories that their tax preparer will not accept all of the hours that they've worked for their time space percentage. They will not let them deduct all the things, or even more scary, 80% of the providers are not taking their home deductions through the 8829, which is the business use of home form. So it is extraordinarily important that family providers especially go to tax preparers if they're going to use an outside service that understand correct application of tax law. So thank you all.
And understand our
You.
childcare industry, because
Yes.
that's the thing. They don't understand the childcare industry. They don't understand that it's a little different than regular businesses. And that's why no matter what, if you're a CPA, EA, if you don't understand the childcare business, it's a difference.
Wow. Kelly just came in there and stamped it. Like, that is so, like, she just said everything. Like, this is why, okay, I think the first thing that we did when you guys first came to the Craft Cafe, that was like maybe over 2 years ago, right? Probably like 2 years ago, right? At least.
Yeah.
And the biggest deal was, like Kelly said, why you need to have somebody in your niche do your taxes, because if they don't understand your business, they don't even understand the true cost of operating, let alone the care costs, you know what I mean? Operating, and then especially in family childcare. Thank you for saying that. Family childcare is a whole nother animal, because like you said, Nakia, I call it a one-man band man. You got an octopus, you got to do everything. So how do you do everything? You can't. You just can't. You need somebody.
Especially like she said, if you are not claiming all those extra bonuses that you get, that you can write off for having a daycare in your home, and they're not using that, they're not taking that advantage that we have there, it's a lot of money just left on the table. A lot of money, thousands of dollars left on the table.
We actually had someone reach out to us the beginning of this year, and they were going to a CPA, and the gentleman told them that they could not claim the deduction for food, which after your payroll as a childcare owner, your food is going to be probably like your next highest expense, or maybe top 5. So for the person to tell her like you cannot claim food, like I felt bad for her, because at that point you have to go to your prior years and amend it, because that that's a big chunk.
Yeah. And them kids eat. That's a lot of food. You just going.
Right, breakfast, lunch, and snack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Now, Kelly, all right, good, she did. All right, now let's see. Kelly, how'd you pop in the chat? How'd you hear about the Craft Cafe?
A friend forwarded it to me, and she knows I'm a business nerd when it comes to tax stuff. And she's like, I think you will like this. Yes, I will.
That's right. Well, you're going to love it. And you got to keep coming, because we always have great topics like this. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Welcome back when you come back. Let's see, we have Alma. Alma, are you able to come and say hello and introduce yourself? I see you pop something in the chat. Now, those of you watching live at home.
Yes, sorry, I'm also making lunch, so I'm trying to double team it as a family childcare provider myself.
Right.
So, and I'm from Colorado, and I have actually taken classes with you guys at the NAFCC. So, and yes, and then Melissa Bowles, when you did the last meeting, she's a good friend of mine.
Really? You know my Melissa? Yes. Okay, look at that. See, networking all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So Alma, do you want me to read your comment? You know Melissa too? Oh, hey, Kelly.
My comment is basically it's the extra hours. A lot of providers and their tax accountants aren't allowing it, won't let them claim it. And that's where I see a lot of providers lose out on their money with their time space, because it's not just your business hours when the kids are here, it's all the other hours of upkeep on the home and writing curriculum and taking online trainings and rearranging your room and disinfecting and all those other stuff that people are missing out on.
It all counts.
Absolutely. So now, ladies, I know that is already on your radar, but can you speak to how many people like that when they come to you, how much they are leaving on the table?
They're definitely leaving thousands. What she was just saying right now, some people come to me and they like arguing against me, like, no, my tax professional told me that I cannot do these hours prior. And I'm like, no, you can. If you're setting up early in the morning and you're doing afternoon and you're cleaning and you're cooking and you're prepping, all those hours count. But like, unfortunately, they're not getting the right information. And then social media is bittersweet. You hear good things, you hear bad things. You don't know what to believe. It's too much hitting us all at once. So definitely them, especially home child care providers. There's so much money you're leaving on the tables because you could claim literally so much because you're a home daycare provider. You guys got extra bonus, extra plus if you're living there as well versus like the centers, because we have the centers, yes, is standard, but when it comes to home daycare providers, it's a whole different ballgame.
And just to add on to the time space percentage, is not only the hours, but the square footage of your home. So the benefit of having a home daycare is for most businesses, you have to have exclusive square footage to use it for business. However, with the home daycare, you can say, this is my total square footage of my home. I'm using this partial square footage for business, and then this square footage exclusively for business. So factoring all that in is going to increase your time space percentage that other businesses don't even have access to.
Exactly.
I love that. And like you said, the internet is tricky, y'all, because you said it's bittersweet. That's a perfect word. And
Yeah.
people will take one post, which is not even a full, they don't even watch the full video. They take the clip and be like, I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna do
I'm not gonna pay that money. I'm just gonna do this. And then they get there like, wait, but he didn't tell me the rest.
So many
It was a teaser.
yeah, so many people come to us set up as an escort, for example. I heard it's better set up as an escort, but I don't think you should be set up as an escort yet. You don't have a certain amount of money in your business yet. You're not ready for this and this and they're like, no, but they said that escorts is the best, and I'm like, no, you have to. That's why books is very important, once again, because this is all about bookkeeping right now. So that's why books is so important, so you can know when to transfer to an escort, because escort does have requirements. You do have to put yourself on payroll. You do have to have books. You do have to have so many things, but social media told you to do it, so you just did it. So you guys always have to make sure that you speak to an expert in it to guide you the payroll.
Absolutely. I love that. That's why we bring in the pros, you guys. I'm not a tax person. I'm a marketing person. I stick to my lane. I stay in my lane. So if I know that this is something that I struggle with, I'm like, I can only imagine. So we have to bring in not just any pros, you guys, the childcare tax pros, so they can. And Nikki, can you talk about, because one thing that I love about these ladies is that they didn't just study it, like go to school and study it and everything like that. They actually run centers. So it's not like this is somebody else's problem or a challenge. This is in-house for them. So Nikki, can you talk about that piece with you on the childcare side?
Yes, and so that's how and why I even started to get into the tax businesses. I had my own center. I have 2 in New York City. And I started because they was telling me the wrong information. My tax person at the time, she told me to set up my business as a corporation at the time. I ended up paying over $10,000, almost $15,000 on taxes. She told me you couldn't do anything about it. That's all. Mind you, she was helping me throughout the year, but she did not give me any strategies to put into place. That's why it's very, very, very important to also have projection. Ask your tax advisor. If they're doing your books, ask them, how much am I going to owe at the end of the year? So we can try to put these strategies into place. So me seeing that the first year that I was paying so much, I started reading, understanding the taxes, loving it, because anything that deals with money and me being able to save my money and keep my hard-earned money in my pocket, I started to geek out on it, just like Kelly. I started to geek out on it. I started loving the taxes. That's when we decided to become EAs, which focus only on taxes. So we're not CPAs. We don't do mainly the accountants. We focus, our main thing is strategies. We like to focus on strategies. We like to dig deep on strategies, because I know, and I wanted to focus on the childcare industry because I know what we struggle with. I know that we try to do everything at one time. I know that we're leaving money on the table because we buy these children so many things. I'm constantly on Amazon. Like, we might as well have our own Amazon store at this point, because we are constantly buying. And I tell my clients, so it only says that you spend this much in materials and activities, and they're like, oh, well, yeah, there was more. And I'm like, yeah, there was much more, but you're not tracking your books. If you're not tracking your books, you're leaving money on the table. You're not helping me right now. How are we going to help each other? I also tell them, listen, make sure you guys talk to me before the end of year. That's what we're known for, putting these strategies into place. We're not going to be able to. So being able to also talk to the childcare as we know the childcare terms and so forth. And I know personally what you guys struggle with. I'm in my daycare right now because now that you brought me to this, the reason I'm here, I'm usually in a whole state. The only reason I'm here is because I looked at my profit and loss and I noticed that there was some money going downhill. So since I'm not in the state, I'm like, hold on, what's going on? Let me pop up and let me see what's going on. And come to find out that I needed to fire the person that was managing my business because there was a lot of things going on wrong that I wasn't seeing because I'm not there. So being able to just look at my profit and loss and that tells me like, you need to go check your business, has me here right now looking to replace and all that good stuff. So yes, it's very, very important when you have your books in order, when you are able to sympathize with the childcare industry, because right now I'm doing it all. I'm trying to make sure that everybody's good. I'm trying to make sure that everybody's, the teachers, everybody's okay. So I understand from the in and out when it comes to the childcare industry.
Wow. I love that piece you said, like, because what we always talk about when we have accounting classes and things like that, we always say we're not trying to turn you into an accountant. We want to educate you so that you actually can check your accounting. You can notice when something is going wrong. You can notice when someone's not doing a good job. If you have no idea, they're going to run you to the ground and you won't know. You'll be the last person to know. That's like a scary thing, when you don't really know what's going on and then you wake up and then you can't really do anything about it because it's so far gone.
Especially if you're not in the business and you have people managing your business, you really have to be on top of your books and watching and see. Period, point blank, you're supposed to be on top of your books with any business, whether if you're working in it or not, but definitely when you're not, because if I did not catch that, I would not have known. Because the outside in is looking perfect,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. And I'm just glad because I know that when like you said, back with social media, I was looking at this clip with Grant Cardone and he was saying he was defending himself because people were saying like he's so gaudy, he buys so much stuff, and he had recently bought like a plane or something. So what he talked about was he didn't buy the plane because he was trying to be cute. He bought the plane as a tax strategy from his tax person, was like, listen, we got to make a big purchase because you made too much money and you got to spend it. You know what I mean? So he said he bought the plane like on New Year's Eve so that he could offset the taxes. So can you guys talk a little bit about that, about having that strategy and how to spend correctly?
Right. So we're not telling you go buy a plane.
Don't buy a plane, y'all.
We're not telling you go buy that, but Grant Cardone owed millions on taxes. So let's go back to that. His CPA at the time. This is why I say not every specialist knows strategies. So that person could be good at doing your books. The next person could be good with just filing your taxes. When he called his CPA, his CPA called him and told him, hey, you're about to owe this amount of money. He told his CPA, okay, what can we do about it? He said, nothing, you just have to pay it. Grant Cardone said, no way. Spoke to a billionaire friend of his that he knows, and the billionaire friend of his, he told the billionaire friend, hey, I'm thinking about buying a jet. He said, okay, that sounds good. He went and bought the jet, and IRS wiped out his whole bill just because he bought that plane. Like literally a strategy that was like brilliant. And we also found out about someone that did that with a yacht. She also wiped out her whole bill just because she was showing $1 million homes from her yacht. So she was able to write it off. So when it comes to us, a lot of people, the only thing that we always hear of is buy a car, just for no reason if you don't need to buy a car, but just buy a car because you see it in social media. Hey, get this. Just get this, get that. No. How about you purchase another business with that money? How about you purchase a building? How about There's different strategy. You don't have to sit there and buy things that you do not need. I would never tell you to buy anything you do not need in your business just because you want to lower your bill. Use it, even if you have to pre-pay your bill for next year. Do that. Do something, but do not just buy a G-Wagon just because you want to buy it. Right? Because people told you to buy G-Wagon.
They must have, guys, because everybody has one now. They have the G-Wagon and the Range Rover. I'm like, wait, did I miss a Mercedes sale? Like, what happened?
They look at the rules, and most people are guiding them, hey, if it's over 6,000 pounds, you could write it all off, especially during the time that they have the, Melissa, what's the word of it? The 100%, now it's 40%, but it was 100%.
That you could write off for the same year, yeah.
For the same year. You could have, before you was, I think it was 2020, it started, and you could write the bonus depreciation. Bonus depreciation for the whole 100% you was getting. So a lot of people during 2021, they were doing it. They were writing it off. 2022, it starts going lower and lower. Eventually they might bring it back. They might not. It was a time to buy a lot of businesses, a lot of things in advance. And instead of getting depreciation yearly, they were able to write it off in the first year. So that's why a lot of people bought those type of cars, and you see it all over social media that they were saying with that.
Wow. And I'm so glad that you guys came on to talk about this, because this is not, like you said, when you geek out over it, I don't geek out of it. I'm one of those people that I will, you bury your head in the sand and hope it goes away. You can't do that. Look at Kelly shaking her head. I'm just being honest for those of you out there that are like me, that will say, okay, I'm going to do it tomorrow because it's stressing me today. And there's so many people like that. But now that I have you guys, I don't have to do that. And even when I'm not saying I'm all perfect now, but I got support. Because I call these ladies, they know. I'll be like, I got a question. Oh, what does this letter mean? What should I, what do I need to do? Am I going to jail? I'm always asking that. I'm not going to jail, am I? But I think that when people understand that they don't have to live that way, it's a freedom now. I feel like I don't have to watch my back so much. I'm not worried about the tax man coming to take me away, because when I get to a point, the first thing I'm asking, I'm on the phone with Melissa, like, what can I'm like, can I do something about it? That's what, and she's like, well, yeah, and the way she's so cool about it, I'm like, oh, okay, it's gonna be okay. And you need that though. You need somebody who understands it, who geeks out over it, who can really, and not just that geeks out over it, who has that passion that wants things to change and wants to protect you from not just yourself, but from the not knowing of it. Like when you, Kelly, when you put in there about the not understanding, that's why we have brought Childcare Tax Pros to the craft webinar lineup, because we want to, be a part of teaching people about that, and having the Childcare Tax Pros come in and really educate folks on what these things mean. They did a class with us, and we went through, and this was in the beginning of the year. And what I love is we did the beneficial owner, what is it called, y'all? Beneficial ownership
interest. Yep.
Yeah, the BOI. We did that, and that was super new. And what they did, they went through it with every single person that was in the webinar, and everybody was able to file theirs in real time. And a lot of things none of us knew about this, you know what I mean? And we were able to get on it in real time, beginning of the year, so we didn't have to worry about it. So now that everybody's finding out about it, I'm with the crew, like, oh, I already did mine. I'm feeling all like a top A student. But that's the kind of confidence that we want people to have when they come from not just the Craft Cafe, but definitely with our craft webinars, so that they not only can get the information, but they have the experts tied to it that they can actually call and talk with and really get a consultation with and look at their specific story and their situation. So guys, I popped it in the chat in the Zoom and to you guys on Facebook. If you guys want to come in and talk to the Childcare Tax Pros and see what's going on with you, even if you're working with somebody already, if they're not focused on childcare, then you definitely need to talk to the pros, because they know what they're doing. And when you start to understand that they understand you, and you get to talk about those things they already been through, they have tons of clients. So I'm sure that you don't have anything that they haven't seen before.
I wanted to piggyback on that, Latoya.
Yeah.
A lot of people are embarrassed to just share. Like, I've been haven't paid taxes in this long, and that's nothing we have not heard before. We hear it all the time. So don't feel embarrassed when it comes to sharing that information with us, because the goal for us is to help you get your books in order and be able to keep your money in your pocket. So don't feel ashamed, embarrassed, or anything when it comes to that, because I know, like I said, as a child care provider, you're so busy that you might forget that important thing, because that's super important. You might forget it because right now you're in the front line in your business, doing the work, doing everything. So I understand. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel embarrassed. We are here to help you throughout the way.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you said that, Nikki, because I was embarrassed. And I'm like, full disclosure, I had 2 years worth of taxes to do when I came to these ladies. So I was embarrassed. I will try to do it myself. You know, we get to this point where we're like, wow, I don't want to pay all this money. I could just do it myself. I'm going to do TurboTax. I got on TurboTax and I was like, okay, no, I'm just gonna call them, because I was like, I could, do this, and I have friends like, oh, you need to call my person, they can hook it up, you're gonna get $10,000 back, and I was like, that sounds like a scam, and I don't want no parts of it. So I was like, okay, so I don't want to do it myself on TurboTax. I don't want to try old girl from down the street that's getting people all this money back that they probably going to jail next year. You know what I mean? So what do I do? And of course, my solution was, because I was still scared too, because I don't do childcare, but I was like, I talk to y'all all the time. I trust that you guys know what you're doing, so I'm gonna just do it. And y'all made me feel so comfortable. You guys have so professional at the portals and things where I can see my documents and upload, and it was very painless. Just the communication between you guys and me, I loved it. So I can attest with my own self. I mean, like, I'm what I always say to you guys, I'm not just a host of all things craft. I'm also a student, I'm a member, I'm a client, I'm all of those things under the sun, because I'm an entrepreneur too, and I'm well invested in this industry, and I want to see everybody grow. And as we have to grow as a community, as an industry, and we have to help each other fill in those gaps. So the more that we can connect with each other, we have this footprint that is just going to stomp it out the water. So wow, this is amazing, you guys. So let's keep going to the payroll management, because I want to, because we got some time, a little bit of time left, but let's go into it.
Alrighty, so as Nakia said, knowing your numbers is very important. On top of knowing exactly how much you spend for each category, it's important to know the percentage that you're paying for each category. So for example, when it comes to payroll, typically payroll should be anywhere from 50 to 55 on average, percent of like your overall income. Let's say a daycare just opens, their advertisement might be higher, but if your daycare is already full, maybe it doesn't make sense to be paying such a high amount for advertisement. Maybe you still want to have your ads going out, but not as aggressive as if you were to have 20 seats open in your daycare.
What's the next one? So cash flow, guys. I look at this because I always try to just speak in a different way so you can understand. If not doing your books, it's like knowing your numbers in the dark, like trying to do things when it comes to managing your business in the dark, and we cannot do that. So when I say that, when I was trying to purchase, sorry guys, give me one second. When I was trying to purchase my second location, and what happened was, the reason why I was already purchasing the second location, but I did not know that I was about to be without a business within a month, because I was renting a location. The landlord decided to double my rent from $4,000 to $8,000. Oh, wow. Literally like this fast. He told me, oh, next year when we sign your lease, it's gonna be doubled. I was like, excuse me? He didn't know that I was already in the process of getting another business, which was only 5 minutes away from each other, which was double the size of the first business. So God worked well. But so me being able to see my finances, I'm thinking I'm fine. My business is full. I'm able to get another location. That caught me off guard. And I had to make a big decision right there. I had to tell them, yeah, I'm not taking it, and I'm going to just go to another location. They thought that I was delusional because they were like, well, you already got this set up, and how you just gonna leave? And I'm like, actually, I'm already in the process of getting another location. So being able to read my finances and seeing that, hey, if all these kids don't move over, it's fine. You'll be okay. You'll be able to manage a good 6 months. I was able to take that chance and just do it because I knew my numbers. I knew exactly what I was able to hire, who I couldn't hire, who couldn't come with us, who could. So that just projected me 6 months in advance because of this unexpected result. So definitely financial health monitoring is essential for your business.
Wow. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It just saves so much, grief,
Yeah, especially if you don't know what's going to happen to the families. That was my main thing. What's going to happen to these families? We fill up this daycare, we have to just leave, and what's going to happen to those families? So thank God I was able. Everyone still wanted to come. I was able to do busing services and move people over and so forth. So thank God for that.
Yes.
And us just being able to see the numbers and say we could do this, even if we have to buy a bigger van, you have to do it. You understand? So that was definitely knowing your books and everything ahead of time.
Wow, I love that. Like, we're out of
So,
here.
so this we already touched. When it comes to tax compliance, your books are very, very important. As we said, if you elect to be an S Corp, you want to stay on track as it is a requirement for the S Corp status. So we're going to go to the next one.
Also, let's just talk about, even though I don't have anything to do with this right here, but when it comes to taxes, once again, guys, don't just switch your structure. The reason why I'm stating this multiple times, especially as a home childcare, which is majority of us in this group right now, as a home childcare, becoming an LLC and staying as an LLC is okay. It's fine. Don't just switch your structure just because you're hearing it. Because like they said right here, these penalties and everything will hit you hard if you are sitting there thinking that you are going to switch your structure and not follow all the rules that come with that structure. You guys need to know the rules and regulations that comes with structuring your business a certain way. Just wanted to piggyback on that real quick.
Yeah, because it's a lot.
It's a lot. And it's a lot. If you don't know it and you just doing it just because, it's gonna hurt you.
Yeah, when I used to teach at the university, I used to have to keep a chart, like because people would ask me so many questions, and I didn't remember every little thing. Like it was like a matrix of all the different requirements for all the different business structures and the interchangeable pieces. So it's kind of like you just got to know what you're looking for. Because like you said, you can't cookie cutter it and say, oh, because John did that, I'm going to do that too. And a lot of people do that, and they don't even look at what John's story is or John's situation is. They just want what John has, his outcome. So they're like, yeah, I'm going to do just what he did. And we need to break that open and show them, no, you cannot do that. It's not cookie cutter.
Right. You can't just do it because John did that. And he also had a tax strategist that put it in place for him and did it directly focusing on his numbers and his staff and his people. So it's two whole different things. So yeah, definitely. I can't see the screen.
All right, guys, I'm popping some links into the chat for you guys while you guys are on here. Check out our website and definitely click on the link to get your consultation with the Childcare Tax Pros today. All right, and let's get you set up.
Definitely. Also, when it comes to percentages, like Melissa was saying, it's also definitely good to look at your profit and loss, because if you guys look at it with percentage wise, it makes things so much easier. So definitely your bookkeeper or whoever you have in place, definitely have them explain it to you, educate you of what you're seeing. 90% of the time, they don't know how to read it. So definitely having them explain it to you, and don't just sit there, because I know I'm guilty for this. When I first got my books and my accountant used to give it to me, I used to literally look at the bottom, how much I made, okay, and that's it. Literally, like, how much? Oh, I did good. That's it. I did not care about anything that he was saying, anything that it showed. We actually break it down. Like, my bookkeeper, we don't do the books. We are tax strategists. We don't do books. But my bookkeeper, I have her break it down to my understanding. I said, no, you have to break it down because I needed someone to break it down for me. I need you to record it and let them know each situation, each line. I need you to tell them what that is, what's the number. Please break it down to them, because childcare owners are so busy. The first thing they're gonna do is just look at the bottom of that paper and put it away. They're not gonna try to read it. You're not gonna try to understand it. So try to get someone that breaks it down for you. So we also record it because you might not have the time when I have the time to break it down for you. So at least you could record, go back and look at the recording and sit down whenever you have a chance to look at it. So every month we send those out. Every month. They're seeing a recording, plus they're doing deep dives with us and talking to us and then breaking it down. So yeah, putting strategies into place to lower it.
I love that. I'm working towards, being more financially, what do you say? Fit? Is that what it is? Yeah. I'm like, sporadically at the gym, I gotta work my way up. And guys, I say that to say, you got to start somewhere. And I'm a testament. You don't have to get there today, but you got to take a step in the right direction. And every step that you take gets you closer and closer. So, start today. Let's get it together. And 2024, we got a couple months left. It's not too late, going into 2025. We still got a little bit of time to do a little bit of strategies, right? What are some things that we can do now? Because, we are down to the wire. We don't have that much time left. Let's say somebody hasn't done their books all year. What would you say to
the first thing is we have to do your books beforehand, because you want to see how much the estimated projection will be at the end of the year. So we have to try to do that as fast as possible. Or what's going to happen is that you're going to try to do your books after December 31st, and then you expecting your CPA, whoever does your taxes for you, to lower that tax bill. There's no way they're going to be able to do that, because this all happened and took place in 2024. You guys got to realize now it's 2025, and you're asking me to put strategies in place is not going to work. So definitely, number one, do your books, so then we could guide you the right way. We're not going to just tell you any different strategy if it don't fit you. Like I said, we're not one of those that's going to tell you, oh, just go buy a car, go buy a G-Wagon, We're not going to tell you that. I'm not going to ever tell you that. I'm never going to tell you, put this, do this, and I did not see your books just because I want you to just lower your bill. I'd rather sit down with you, take our time. You want to do this next year? Okay, so what's your number that you want to hit? Okay, so let's figure this out. Since you want to have this, since you want to buy a building, then you need this amount in net profit. So let's continue what you want to write off, what's going on in your business, and so forth. We want to break it down so that you can feel comfortable at the end of the year. We feel comfortable giving you the right advice and lowering that tax bill. So we're never just going to jump into telling you a whole bunch of just random strategies. Definitely one is, if you are going to do marketing and so forth, and you have a high tax bill, put it towards your marketing now. If you're going to do it next year automatically, things right. Like do it ahead of time. Take that large amount. Let's say it is $10,000. Instead of you paying Uncle Sam, I'd rather you pay the $10,000 in marketing and give it to your business, because you're going to triple in that investment. It's going to make sense. Giving it to Uncle Sam, he never worked a day in our life within my business. So I'm not giving him anything if I don't need to. You understand? So I'm big on that. I also want you guys to know that the tax code is your friend. If you do have a tax advisor that loves the tax code and knows the game and how to play it correctly, you don't have nothing to worry about, because y'all playing the game to win, not to lose. So that's another big piece right there.
That's right. You heard what she said. Uncle Sam will work a day in your business. I like that. And guys, you heard what she said. Do some marketing with me. I am the childcare marketing person. And what I get from clients, they say, well, I can't afford that. I don't have the money for that. And I tell them, well, do you have the money not to?
Mm.
You know, because if you want to grow your business, you got to market it. And the big companies, they spend money on marketing. And you know why? Not just because it grows business, but one of the parts that make them spend so freely on is because you can write it off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
That's all. Yeah,
it's a full circle.
Yep. Just right now, I spent over thousands of dollars right now because I told you that we had a situation here. So I put so much money into marketing and literally growing the business like this. And I only been out here for a couple of days and growing the business because I've been putting money into marketing. I'd rather put money into marketing than fail in anything. I'm gonna put money into marketing. I don't mind doing that. I have my books in order, so I know how much I could spend and doing it.
I love that. That's that strategy, y'all. I love it. And now this is the thing going. Okay, we know that, you know, if you, whatever you've done is done for the first 10 months. You got 2 months to kind of do some things. But another thing that you guys have time to do now is strategize for 2025. I mean, I know as far as, you know, craft and everything, I'm always 6 months ahead of what I'm doing in my business as far as the operational piece. But in the finance piece, I gotta get on that page with it. So for somebody that's like me, what would you well, you know, I would say, what would you suggest? What would probably be the first thing that you would say before they come to you? What should they do before they come to you? Like, come to you with what?
Yeah, Melissa, you can answer that.
For like if they're doing their taxes, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, like what are some things they need to prepare for you? Like, what are some things they should gather before they come to you? Like, you know, what type of questions that, of course, they're gonna have questions, but what are some things maybe you need to see in order to figure out what their story is?
Definitely just having your numbers out on paper, like say I made, even if it's not categorized, to say that you made this amount for the year and then you spend, you know, X amount, and then that way we can guide you in the right way. The goal is to have everything categorized, even if you're eventually, even if your daycare recently opened and you decide that you want to put your income and expenses on a spreadsheet, I always say take maybe 20, 30 minutes on a Sunday and have that set time to say, I'm going to categorize my expenses for the week, you know, on this day. Because when it comes to tax time and it's April 15th or the first week of April, it's hard to go back and say, you know, what did I spend last year, March, last year, June? It's very hard to do that. And not only that, it's very time consuming. But 20 to 30 minutes per week will save you so much time during tax season.
And when you guys just come to us, just book a call. Get on the call. Once we sit down with you and we understand, we can properly guide you of what to upload. Everything is online, so just upload this, upload that. But I love to literally connect and hear your story, what's going on. Let's see how we're gonna fix this. So honestly, Latoya, them just getting on the call is step one. And then we'll guide them literally. You don't have to come with a whole bunch of books and you don't have to come with, no, we don't need any of that. Because what I want to know is what's going on with you. Well, then we talking about your business and then we guide you to, okay, so then upload this. Oh, you don't have that? Don't worry, upload this and that. So everyone is different. We guide you based on what you have and what's going on with you.
I love that. So come as you are, guys. You don't even need anything. You just bring you, and they will tell you what the next steps are and what you need to do, and go from there. So don't worry about what you have to have. I'm glad you said that because I'm always thinking, what do I need to bring? You know, but now I know don't have to bring anything. You just click on the link when it's your time. You set up the appointment on your own. They have a portal. So all you have to do is choose the time that works for you, and they're on the other end when you get your click in. All right. Well, go ahead. We can move to this one.
Alrighty, so as Nakia said, going into that second location, the reason that she can break everything down is because she knew her numbers and that helped her make an informed decision. So typically you want to do a projection, or your tax person should be doing a projection after June. So after June, you already went through the first 6 months of the year. Typically, your income is going to be steady, your expenses are going to be about the same. So if your profit is $10,000 for each month, that's $60,000 for the first 6 months, 120 for the entire year. At that point, we say, hey, this client's going to have $120,000 profit. what can we do? Maybe we should put their child on payroll. Maybe they should increase their marketing, like you said. Maybe they should open a retirement account. There's so many different things. Like, it's thousands of pages of the tax code. But if you don't know your numbers, we can give you the proper strategy.
So when you said open a retirement account, is that that's the tax strategy?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Well, I can't wait to tell y'all I got a new retirement account, so we're gonna put that in. Yeah, no, you heard my voice. Wait, what?
And there's retirement accounts, Latoya, that within the retirement account, you could buy properties through the retirement account and compound interest grow, but that's a whole other level.
Oh, I'm gonna be calling y'all about that. I need that.
Yeah, and you lower your tax, you lowering your bill, you're investing into properties. There's one right now that the HSA, if you qualify for that one, you are able to write off what you invested in right away. The tax bill goes down, and then your money's still compounding on whatever you purchase and investing into. So it's just a lot out there, but it's just also based on the individual, and we wouldn't just let anyone know anything if it didn't go based on their income.
Yeah. I'm writing this down, but I'm not writing this down because I'm gonna learn it today. But these are gonna be the key points of questions that I'm gonna have when I talk to you guys. I'm like, okay, now let's go back to the HSA thing you talked about. Now I can see, is it for me? And that's what I, been doing a lot of utilizing the people that I know, and doing this business for this long. I've met so many people in different areas, so I'm trying to really take advantage of it, because I think that a lot of times people have things right in front of them, right under their nose. They have people in their life. They see Childcare Tax Pros on craft. They see it on the Craft Cafe. They see you guys on your channels, but they know they need it, but they haven't taken that next step. So we're here to tell you, take the first step is the hardest all the time. Once you take that one, the other foot is gonna automatically follow. It's just walking. So
I keep on saying, we are the most humblest people. You could come with us. Don't worry about being afraid, and just come talk, and we will definitely help you with whatever is going on within your business.
Definitely. I love this. All right, well, go ahead. Let's do this. This is we coming down to the wire. So let's go over this, because I love that when we talk about funding.
A lot of this we touched on in the beginning. Excuse me, as Nakia said, like with the pandemic and the PPP, they were asking for your profit and loss. They were asking for your Schedule C. What was the profit of your business? So knowing your numbers can put you in a great position for grants, for loans, all that good stuff.
And if you don't, when it comes to business loan, when it comes to business credit, we want to grow our credit. We want to get business loans. I don't want to have a car under my name. I'd rather have it under the business name, so we can write it all off instead of it being personal. We want to be able to qualify for these business loans, business credit cards, and so forth. So the first thing they're going to ask you is, let me see that statement. Let me see that profit. So those are the things that you want to be ready. I don't like hearing no. So I'm going to have everything ready so you can approve me, and I can just keep it going and get this car, get this money. And a lot of people will need business funding. You want to double your daycare. You want to do these extra things in the daycare. You're going to need it. Make sure you're ready before you get to them and start asking, because then they'll put you in a zone that you're not going to be qualified for most grants, because you're already getting denied from different banks. That's not going to look good on you, and you're just going to continue going down. So you just might as well just be ready, have your profit and loss ready, and then go get that money from these loans. Because sometimes it's best to use their money, not your own money, to build businesses.
Yeah.
Keep your money in your pocket if you could.
Put it in the pocket. Yeah. And that's a skill, man. All right. Well, let's see. This is the bookkeeping tools and software. Okay.
So as you know, there is Wave and then there's also QuickBook as well. The goal is to always keep track. As I said, if you want to set time, if you are doing it yourself, just have 20, 30 minutes one day a week. That'll save you a lot of time. And also take pictures of the receipt, whether you send that self to like your own Google Drive. You never want the information on the receipt to fade because that can be very crucial if, God forbid, your business is audited.
And it's easy. A lot of people don't do it. I'm already used to it. So as soon as I buy stuff for the business, I just come out, click on the QuickBook app, snap a picture, and that's it. That's all you have to do, just so it could just be saved to the cloud. And just in case, like you said, if you ever audit, it's in the cloud. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
I'm glad you said that, because once I started using Wave and it was tracking my expenses, I just stopped using cash and use my business card. And they like, well, as long as you have it, it's categorizing expenses you have, you don't need to keep the paper receipts. So is that true?
Yeah, if you already have it and it's categorizing and you snap the picture, you mean?
No. If you don't snap the picture, because like I use Wave and it's hooked up to my business account, so all the transactions go onto the system, and I just go and categorize it.
Oh no,
Do I still need to take pictures of the receipts?
yeah, because when you get audit, them seeing your bank statement is not sufficient. They want a lot. Let's say a store. Let's say we go to the discount store in the corner and we spend $200 buying stuff for the childcare. Some receipts don't even have everything you purchased. It will just show like
the total
and so forth. Yes, and then you can't even you don't have the proof. You understand? So when you do that, they just sometimes it's just the whole total. When it comes to the statements, you have the whole total. And then that's it. And they will actually want you to show proof of what is this and what was it for. So the receipts will come out handy because now some of them are broken down. You could literally say, look.
Okay, so I stopped taking pictures once I've been on Wave. I was like, okay, well, I don't
$75 and below, you don't have to take pictures of it.
Oh yeah, 75 and below.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then and 75 and over, we suggest you take pictures just to have it, just to be safe. Just to be safe.
You see me over here, I'm got my notepad. I'm like, because this is stuff that we need to know, because I want to get it right. I don't want to be on the other side of it. I want to be on the beach side, like you were talking about, where I don't have to talk to y'all. Y'all already know. We already put a strategy, so I can go get my feet done or something,
right,
and not worry,
Right, and that's exactly what this right here. That's the role of a bookkeeper, to have a peace of mind.
Yeah, I want that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we are doing it for you. You don't have to worry about it. We are going to record it. We are going to send it to you. We are breaking it down already. So if you're doing this every month, hopping on a call or just watching the recording because you don't have time to hop on a call, that's fine. But you knowing your numbers and having a peace of mind the whole year round there's no money that's valuable for. You know how people compare, oh, that's $200, that's $300. Okay, and a peace of mind is what? Like $300 is fine. I paid that to clean my house because I don't have time to be cleaning my house. I just got somebody to clean it for me. I don't got time to scrub the toilets and everything. It's a peace of mind.
It
so
is.
All that's about time when it comes to your books. That's the role of a bookkeeper, keeping you on track when it comes to your revenues and your expenses. The benefit of it is accuracy, peace of mind, and when to hire. Indicators it's time to bring on a bookkeeper includes business growth. This means like time constraint. We had a client, someone that was going to start working with us, and we said, hey, do you do your books? And she said, actually, I do my own books. And I said, oh, okay, cool. So can I get your profit and loss? And she was like, actually, I'm printing everything now. No kidding. She came out with a book right? It was like 2 stacks, like this big. I'm like, what are you doing? And she was like, I'm going to go through everything. And I said, oh, you're going to do that now? Like, it's already like the beginning of the year. I'm like, you're going to do that now? She's like, yeah. What happens when you try to do that is that you're going to pass the deadline because there's no way you're doing that on time. You're going to pass the deadline, and now you're going to get penalties and interest from IRS. You could have paid us that same amount of money that you're going to pay on the interest and penalties and have a peace of mind. You did all that work for what? Because now you have to pay the same thing at the end of the year.
Right. And you were stressed. I know she was stressed out.
I was stressed looking at that. I said, what?
As soon as you said the stacks, I was like, the stacks? And you using all that printer paper and ink?
And she had
I'm
multiple
like,
daycares. So, you know, multiple daycares, you have a lot. She had a lot. I said, wow, okay. But yeah, at the end of it, you're going to take long. You're going to waste so much time. And then if you miss the deadline of paying whatever fees you do, you're going to get hit with penalties and interest. And we do not want those. We shouldn't give not even an extra dollar. Personally, I would not even a dollar to the IRS if you need to. If it's just because of
day in your
negligence,
business.
if it's just because of negligence and you just waiting for the last minute and you couldn't just get someone to do it for you, is not worth it.
I love it. Now, ladies, we got Alma and Lynette. Lynette, you didn't get to say hi, Lynette. If you guys have any questions or comments, definitely now's the time. I'm excited about this because I told you guys in this journey, the more I'm writing down notes, you guys, I'm gonna start taking pictures of my receipts again. And that's why I said I will be the poster child. I will take one for the team because I want to make sure that I hold myself accountable to do it. And if nobody knows that you're going through this, you can hide from yourself. You know, you can't hide from yourself, but you can hide. But once you already said it out, now it's like, you know, admitting that I have a challenge, but I'm getting better. And here are some strategies that I'm using that's helping me. So come on in here and let us help you. All right. Let's see. Okay, Lynette, she's busy with the kiddos. Thanks for the info. Thank you, Lynette. And shout out to childcare, you guys. Especially family childcare, you guys. That's definitely my baby. I grew up in family childcare. So when around this time when we're in this show, pretty much everybody's working. So I just really appreciate you guys for always coming on and just popping in and saying your 2 cents. And even if you can't pop in, just listening and supporting the show. I really love you guys for that. And don't be a stranger because we're going to be doing this. We're going to do it even more. Definitely connect with the Childcare Tax Pros, you guys. You can definitely see more episodes of them on the Craft Cafe. And come on over to the Craft membership. You'll see their webinars. We got some new stuff coming up. And just a treat, you guys. They are popping up their guest featuring tomorrow at the final Wave Boot Camp. Okay. And I'm like so emotional about this, you guys, because the Wave Boot Camp, well, before it was a boot camp, the Wave system has changed my life. It changed my view of entrepreneurship. It built my confidence when it came to me earning money for myself, you know, and being able to put it out there and really understand that what a profit and loss statement is, that I needed to do bookkeeping, whether I do it or not. It was just the awakening of it for me. So to have you guys come on and help us out with that, because we're going to be talking about that into the boot camp, but it's going to be with the boot campers, the people that are in there. So they'll be able to talk about their actual situations and their challenges because we just went through and set it up with them, not for them, you guys, but with them. And that's what we do here at Craft. It's not about, we can do it for you, but at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you understand what's going on and what's happening. And then like Nakia and Melissa said, these are some things that are in place where services is a good fit for you. If you're expanding, don't try to juggle it all yourself. You don't have long enough arms. If you are in a place where you want to grow and you want to put some things in place, you definitely want to come and get with the pros over here. And if you are trying to get funding, that's what we're on right here at Craft. We got Craft Executive coming out on November 7th. And our focus is grants, you guys. We're going to get that funding. And you cannot get the funding, like these ladies said, if your ducks are not in a row financially. Because if you fumble in the bag that you got, how you think a funder is going to give you their bag to fumble? You know what I mean? So you got to get it together. And we're not just going to point our finger at you. We're going to pull you into the room, pull you into the fold, and we're going to teach you. I'm not going to teach you that. I'm going to teach you what I know. We're bringing in the pros that have been doing it 10 plus years, 20 years, all of that to really show you what you need to be doing and help you get on it. Now, guys, remember, they have a bookkeeping service. So do not miss out. Click on the link, set up your appointment with these ladies, and it's no commitment. See what they're talking about and let them really pour into you, okay? And, you know, we got to do this thing. Ladies, any last words before we sign off? I'm going to do my updates.
Yeah, don't wait until the end of year. We're here to help you now, so just take advantage of it. It's just a call. It's free. Get on, chat with us, and we'll guide you the right way.
Yes, and that's true. I told you they did mine. I thought I was going, oh, I actually got a refund. You should have seen me. I was like, what? Ow, let me go pay some bills. So it was lovely, guys. I feel so much better. And I can't wait till this year because we're doing it again. So ladies, I'm so excited for tomorrow. I will see you ladies tomorrow at the Wave Bootcamp. Students, all the attendees, if you're in the Wave Bootcamp, I hope you got your homework done because we're going to be checking. And you see we got the ladies coming in. So get ready for that. All right. So those of you watching at home, we're going to sign off in just a few minutes. Everybody who's here, if you got to sign off, go right ahead. I'm going to do some craft updates like I do. For those of you who want to stay on the line and hear about what's new with craft, come on and stay on. And listen, go to our website at www.betterfuturesdc.com and check out more of what we're doing over there. It's thick. All right. Bye, ladies.
Bye. Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Great weekend.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. This is when we go with Latoya's updates. And I always got updates for craft because craft is always on the move, you guys. Quick update. If you missed it, the DC Men and ECE conference just happened last weekend. And I was there. I did so many interviews. They are coming to the YouTube channel. So guys, I'm going to pop that YouTube link in there. I want you guys to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and make sure that you share the channel, because at the end of the day, I want to be able to go live on YouTube also. But guess what? You can't go live on YouTube unless you have 1,000 subscribers. And I just got the channel, so I definitely don't have 1,000 subscribers. So I need you guys to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All right. And then you want to do that anyway. That way, once you are actually in there, you'll get any updates that we may have. And you also get the alerts when there's a new one drops. And if you miss it, you could go back and watch it again. So I'm going to pop it in on the Facebook for those of you who are watching at home. Okay. And make sure that you go over there because we got some live interviews. We got testimonials. We got everything that you can think of pretty much over there. Okay, here we go. I was like, where are we? All right. I'm popping it in there now, guys. So make sure you subscribe. Okay, let me put that in here. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, other news. Now we got Craft Executive. Oh my gosh. You guys, if you haven't heard of Craft Executive, you are in for a treat because what we do at Craft Executive, that is our membership level that is geared specifically toward nonprofits. Okay, nonprofits and associations, so groups that lead in their industry, but of course in the childcare industry, but lead in their organizations that are really geared toward childcare and any type of thing. We have I call it childcare adjacent, where you might not operate a center, but you do some type of business that adds in. Maybe you're a music teacher or you are an art teacher, something like that, but it still is in childcare, right? And education. Now, we want to make sure that you know that Craft Executive is not a single membership, is a group membership. And last year is our first cohort, so we have some great success stories from there. When you could hear from some of those people who have been already featured on the Craft Cafe, like Catherine Frolic the Fox Para. She is a past member. She's still in it, actually. She is not a childcare provider, but she is a magical fox. Well, she has an alter ego that's a magical fox. She's a woman, and she's an awesome woman, and she does social emotional transitional music, and it's live music. She plays instruments. She creates the songs, writes the songs, produces the songs, and performs them herself. I love it. She's a wellness coach. I've taken her yoga classes. She's excellent and amazing. So definitely check that out. She's on some of the ads. We have Jessica Magdaleno. She is the leader of the Ocean City, that's in California, y'all. Ocean City Childcare Association. You got some ads of her running around. She was on here talking about how she was able to improve her association with the Craft Executive membership. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the membership. The membership, like I said, it's not just for one person. And it used to be for 3 people. Now we've expanded it, you guys, to 5 people. And we want you to not just come with yourself, but we want you to bring your board so that you guys can all experience the board training. You want to make sure that you guys are developing as a team, that you guys are all on the same page, that you guys are updating your bylaws in a timely manner and making sure that it matches the things that you guys really want to accomplish in your mission. And with any mission, it's going to take blood, sweat, and tears, but it's also going to take money. So without the money, we cannot do all the things that we want to do and provide the amenities and the support to the communities that we serve. So we are having a hard focus this cohort on funding. Okay, so we're going to be picking out grants for you guys, specifically for your organization. We have our grant writers on staff that are going to help you write for these grants, and we're going to raise $1 million in 2025. Come on, we're committing to it. So if you want to get on that gravy train and get a piece of that pie, you need to be a part of Craft Executive. And listen, we're not going to take any of your money. Whatever you raise, that's for you. We want to see you soar, okay? Soar, you guys. And we're going to be there to watch you, take pictures of you, cheer you on, and we're going to be there to see it all happen, the whole journey. Okay, so go ahead and click on the www.betterfuturesdc.com/plans and pricing. And we have also added a monthly feature, which is going to end, I think it ends today, you guys, so you need to get on it. Now, a lot of times the lump sum doesn't work for a lot of people because, you know, they're waiting on funding, or they may be funding strapped, and that's okay. We've created a monthly platform for you guys so that you can break it down into monthly payments for you and your board. All right, so let's see. I'm getting my date lines together, my timelines, I should say. Okay, so yes, today is the last day for the monthly plans. If you don't pay today, you know, set it up today, you will not be able to experience the monthly plans. You'll have to pay straight up. And every time the session changes, the week changes leading up to our kickoff on the 7th, the price is going up, you guys. So what we did was we gave you guys a little leeway at $7.95, and the price is $13.95, and that's for the year, you guys. It's not for per month. $1,395 for the year, and this is for your board. So you want to make sure, and this is for the group, guys. Remember, so you want to make sure that this is something that you put on your radar, put onto your budget, so that you can make sure that you're bookkeeping, like we just talked about, and because you're gonna even though nonprofits don't pay taxes, you still have to keep your books, because those funders want to know what you're spending this money on. You gotta have your reports in a row. They want to see your financials, honey. Okay, just know that. All right. And if you haven't heard, I'm gonna roll it back now that we're done with Craft Executive. So go ahead, come on, nonprofits, let's get on in there and get to the experts, and let's get to the funding. All right, let's upgrade you. I know y'all seen it. Let's upgrade that funding. Okay. Next up, Craft Lux, you guys. Craft Lux Plus. Craft Lux Plus is our new and upgraded version of Craft Lux, which is our signature membership. It's our greatest value, because not only do you get all of the classes that come with a craft membership, you get access to every single channel on our Craft Plus app. And here's the kicker, you guys. You get not just unlimited one-on-ones, but you are going to get $300 credit for your marketing. So you get Craft Bucks toward your marketing. And you know, we talk a lot about marketing. I talk a lot about marketing, but it's not just because I do it, it's because it's necessary. Okay. Now, what we want to do is give you a boost, because some people say that they don't have money for marketing, or that's just not a priority for them. So we're going to put our money where our mouth is and give you $300 on that. Okay, we're gonna put $300 on it. And now this is any project over $300. Okay, that means you can't do $300 and then get a project for $300, and then this is not Temu, okay? Because I know Temu does that. Now, what I want you guys to understand, that this is give you a leg up, it gives you a head start. And you can start anywhere. You can start with a digital flyer combo, where you have me create a funnel for you guys, a click funnel, so that you can capture those clients and those employees and those funders that you're looking for your business, your target audience. You can get logos, you can get your website done, signage. Do you need signage? And we go through the types of signage, because not all signage is created equal, you guys, and not all signage is right for you. So talk to the ECE marketing pro, Latoya Riggins, okay? And we'll see what's right for you. So go down to the website, www.betterfuturesdc.com. Okay, and then you click on Craft. It'll tell you everything that you need to know. All right, and on the home page, you can slide down, and it has all of our offers. Okay, now coming up, we have a live event. I'm gonna pull that flyer while I'm talking, but in the meantime, I want you to know we have our Craft Plus app that has launched, and our members all have access to it. You have been sent your username and password. All you must do is sign in. Okay. Once you sign in, then you can peruse around to all the classes. And remember, this is all about you and what you want to do. Okay. So that means that you can search. We have a search engine on there where you can just once you hit the button, it'll tell you all the categories, right? All the different topics, the 10 topic areas that we cover. And you can click on that and have all your leadership, all your finance. Or if you know the class you're looking for, you can pop that in and search like that. Or if you have a favorite presenter, I'm not saying it's me or anything, but if you do and you want to look at that person's classes, you just find their name. It's a drop down and you click on it. It'll take you to all of their classes. Okay. And we got more channels coming to Craft Plus. So stay tuned. We got some treats for you in 2025. I don't want to spoil it, but I just want to let you know, we're in there. We're in the kitchen cooking. All right. So just know that. Okay. So let me show you this. Next thing up. You guys, let me share my screen because I need you guys to know that we had hold on. Here we go. We had an event going on here in DC and we postponed it. And guess what? The new date is in, you guys. Now, this is invite only. Now, if you didn't get an invite to this, don't worry. We have it another one. But if you wanted to get in on this one, this is the first one. It is invite only. It's limited seating. So you have to actually be on the invite list. If you didn't get an invite and you really want to be at this, definitely slide me a DM and I'll just see what I can do if I can work my magic and get you in here in the building. This is for owners and directors of early childhood education programs. This is thinking outside the box, you guys, with our very own, one of our newest partners, Pure Play Every Day. Now that is ran by Patty Stein. She's the executive director here, and she's also a certified trainer here in Maryland. And she's going to be bringing her talents to DC to show you how important play is. And she's going to be gracing the Craft Cafe this month. Okay, she's going to be talking about the seriousness of play. Actually, no, she already did it. She did it last week. That was the last Craft Cafe, the seriousness of play. And that was an awesome episode because I'm a playful person. I love to play. I'm a big old kid. But this registration is required, you guys. There's a QR code on here. Let me move this just to make sure that you guys can see it. Okay, there's a QR code on here. If you do not, if you're not able to use a QR code and you want more information, go to our website at www.betterfuturesdc.com. Okay, and it'll have some information there that you can get into this. If you want to be a part of the next one, also DM me so I can put you on the list because I have an advanced, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I have an advanced list that I can actually get you on. So if you do want to be on the list for this, and you are a provider, you are an owner or a director, this is definitely for you. And bring out all the ways that play can really push your program to the next level. And not just because it's awesome, but because your kids need it, you need it, we all need it. And we talked about that on the Craft Cafe of what happens when you don't get to play. Okay. All right, guys. So let me stop this. I just wanted to give you a little updates of what's going on at Craft. And that's it for right now, but you know I got more. So shout out to Better Futures, who started Better Futures 8 years ago. Shout out to Dr. Robert Gunlin from his dream of really taking the childcare industry and flipping it on its head. He says he calls himself a disruptor, and he has over 52 years of experience in early childhood education. And he is the visionary for this business and the things that we do. And I want to also shout out his partner, Jahi V. Davis, MBA, who is the business and finance side of Better Futures. And we are bringing you Craft over to the next generation of childcare providers and really starting with the ones that we are here right now because it's our job to make a better future. Okay, so let's hone in on that craft. Okay, see y'all later and you have a great, safe, wonderful weekend. Bye, guys.